The year 2020 marks the beginning of the last 10 years left for the realization of the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. Based on the need to plan for and achieve the SDGs by 2030, and given diminishing resources, yet increasing complex development needs, UNDP in Sierra Leone's country program document for the next 4 years, 2020 to 2023, is a strategic plan to accompany the government and the people of Sierra Leone to fulfill their national development priorities for achieving the SDGs.
The CPD, as we call it, has been launched at a time the Secretary General has declared 2020 as a decade for delivery on the Sustainable Development Goals. The CPD has two main clusters. The first cluster is inclusive democratic governance, which focuses on building governance systems and to achieve SDG 16 in Sierra Leone. And then second cluster focuses on sustainability and local economic development.
To support the new CPD, which is a country program document, the cluster is going to be working in portfolios, and for that we're going to have 3 portfolios. The first portfolio is going to be the local economic development portfolio, and then we'll have the natural resource management, climate change, mitigation, adaptation, and disaster resilience portfolio. And then we'll have another portfolio which we have named the Global Environmental Fund.
In the governance cluster, we're laid out in 2 portfolios now, and I am managing the Strengthening Democratic Institutions portfolio. So what we're doing differently is that now we have better integration of our programs. So we have grouped all interventions geared towards core governance institutions into one portfolio, which is the Strengthening Democratic Institutions portfolio.
Differently this time around, oversight institutions, be it working with the Anti-Corruption Commission, the Human Rights Commission, or the Independent Police Complaints Board, or the Parliamentary Oversight Committee. What we are going to do this time around is to make sure that we strengthen the ability of these institutions to perform their oversight mandate.
The emphasis of this program is area-based interventions, meaning that we will work closely with the district council, with the paramount chiefs, with the local communities, to ensure that we have the engagement of the communities at the starting of the project, the programs we'll be implementing.
One thing that came out clearly was we too should give our own contribution in support of what UNDP intends to do in our district. That is why we stress that we're going to strengthen the monitoring and supervision aspect of the project, so that we also include the people in all phases of the development of that project. At the end of the day, all of us will come together, all of us will participate, all of us are included, so that at the end of the day we claim ownership, so that when UNDP and the support from central government will exit, we will continue with those projects.
The country program document is our contract with the government and people of Sierra Leone in support to the development aspiration of this country and its people.
The United Nations Sustainable Development Cooperation Framework 2020 to 2023 is designed for all UN agencies in the country to collectively contribute towards achieving these national development needs, thus supporting the achievement of the SDGs in Sierra Leone.
In launching the Sustainable Development Goals, the country has been reviewed twice in terms of its progress on the achievement of these goals. UNDP joins in supporting the government to achieve the SDGs, making sure that vulnerable population, persons living with disability, women and children are also empowered economically and socially.
Take, for example, women empowerment. I met in Cambia district, where I have been 2 days ago. I met with one strong lady leading a community for water management, which is one specific area. If with a leadership, if we were able to empower Mary Conte, we will be able to motivate other women to take that such kind of leadership role and manage what we are investing in those communities. So governance side and also local development side in the intervention is key for us to achieve the goals and ensure that no one is left behind in this time around intervention.
Looking at the gender equality issues in the CPD, we will be addressing gender-responsive policies that will promote sustainable livelihood and economic development. And we will be looking at gender justice issues such as GBV and looking at the justice system, how best would they be able to respond adequately to gender justice issues and women's participation in politics.
Prepared in consultation with national partners, through this program and with funding support from international and regional donors, UNDP aims to enhance its support to the people of Sierra Leone and help eradicate poverty and build resilience to disasters and climate change shocks.
Out of the 16 districts, the upcoming program will take into consideration 8 districts for key criteria. Among them, the high incidence on multi-poverty dimension is one of the criteria. The second one is related to cross-border intervention. Those countries with significant cross-border with the Manu River Union. The last point is criteria will be basically focused on the coastal areas, how we can help on the fishing, all the activity related to erosion, the effect on climate change. We want innovations also across the board.
So the UNDP Accelerator Lab is trying to embed local solutions and innovative thinking into the work of the UNDP clusters.
Sierra Leone remains relentless in its journey towards sustainable development.
Sierra Leone has set for itself a medium-term vision of becoming a medium-income country by 2035. Our hope is that Sierra Leone will have a strong, accountable, transparent system of governance. Sierra Leone will be able to build resilience against the devastating effects of climate change. Sierra Leone young people, Sierra Leone's women, Sierra Leone's persons living with disability will become economically empowered and will contribute to the aspiration of Sierra Leone to become a prosperous middle-income country by 2035.